Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Excited for today. Krabs will be here in a little bit. Not just running it solo, but what's up? What's up? Some stuff you guys like today. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Sides, props. I want to see it all. You guys will see the special guest a little later. A little later. I think Krabs tweeted it out. I think it's not secret anymore, but yeah, great spot. Great spot for the Dodgers. A little safe parlay piece for sure. For sure. For sure. Let's see it. Let's see what everybody likes. Nah. Whoever put Rangers money line, you're getting banned. You're getting banned from the stream. Go Lightning. I like some of these. I like some. I am on the Royals in the early game as well as the under. Don't ask me why, but Brad Kettler's throwing 7 shutout innings today. The White Sox, I don't hate them. I think Kopech should have a decent start. Shout out my man Willie. Go Bolts. Bolts in 3. Bolts in 3. Yeah, this might be free. Might be free money. Good spot. Good spot for the Dodgers today. We're gonna enjoy our stay at the beach soon. After we hit that 3P, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, Cubs. I'm worried about Hendricks a little bit today. I don't know. I don't know how the winds are at Wrigley, but I really hate taking a guy like Hendricks with a super high fly ball rate anytime there's a slight wind game in Wrigley. So I don't know. I probably will not be touching that game on either side. Cy Young Springs today. I'd like to say that, but going to the game and might see us lose 3 straight to the Rangers, not going to lie. Waiting for the Dodgers to go up 3 or 4 runs and live bet them. I mean, they were plus 160 when they went down 4-0 yesterday. It's not like you're getting much value on them. First 5 under in the Royals game. I'm on the full game under. I like the first 5 under too, so I'm on that. Like that. I think Keller's going to be lights out. Balls are flying there last night. Yep, absolutely. That's what scares me. That's what scares me a lot. Mets won. It's 1.5 again today. It's hard not to take it. Like, it's good. Like, it's going to be the most popular play today, but for a reason. I mean, Evan Lee is not been good in the minors, and he's coming up, and he's not ready. And he's facing a hot Mets lineup. Nationals pitching staff is terrible. They've been taxed. The bullpen's been taxed. So I mean, if you're going to ladder a spot, you might as well with the Mets. Phillies first 5 money line. I'm not touching that game, nor do I want to bet on the Phillies like ever. So, I mean, that's up to you. If you can stomach taking that team, good on you. Thoughts on Angels Yankees tonight? I don't know. I might have to talk through that one. First 5 team total, yeah, it looks solid. Not gonna lie. Early game prize picks locked in. Yeah, I'll talk about those in a little bit. Yeah, do you think the Nats can get after Carrasco a little bit? But that's like it's like the first game where I thought that they were going to get after David Peterson, and they did, but then they gave up 12 in like 4 innings. So like I see the same thing happening. Darvish, yeah, I don't know how I feel about him today. Rockies, it's hard not to take them when they're favored. They're favored against Trevor Rogers and Coors. Senzatela should never be favored in a game. Senzatela, Marquez, whoever is going either one of those games. It's hard. It's hard not to. I don't have anything on the Mets game yet, just because I don't want to take it because it's so square. But I mean, I don't see how they don't roll here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Yeah, the Mets are actually the play today, which blows. Minus 1.5.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not betting that.
I don't want to bet it either, just because it's so overwhelmingly square.
It doesn't get more square. It doesn't. So I'll give a little scouting report on this guy pitching for the Nats today. He should not be pitching for the Nats today. That's number one. I don't know why. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing with this kid. He's not up there with our prospect. He's not like at the top of our prospects. He has terrible stats in Double-A this year. He's a lefty. He's got a really cool really cool mechanics. He's got a really cool pitching rotation. That's probably the coolest thing he has. And he's got a pretty good curveball. So I don't know how the Mets hit curveballs. We can look on Fangraphs and check it out. So, I mean, if the Mets are just atrocious at curveballs and he's locked in, okay, maybe. But the dude has serious walking problems, and he's probably only going to go a couple innings. And that's from one of my Nats fan accounts, trusted source, who gave me the breakdown. He's also a little confused as to why this guy's pitching today. So we'll see. I'm scared. I'm scared for the Nats today.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, and also Patrick Corbin's probably going to the bullpen.
Yeah, I've seen that. Probably a good move.
Probably a good move. I mean, that poor dude. I don't know why I'm saying that poor dude. He's terrible. I don't know why I feel bad for him. He's bad. The first time around the lineup, first time around the batting order, he's fine. He actually is very good. The second and third time around the lineup, he's atrocious. He's like throwing BP. So we'll see what happens. But I think today could get ugly. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I know it's square, but Mets 1.5 I actually like. And we can honestly go through these couple games here. I know there's like 3 games starting at 1. I am on the Padres. I'm on Yu Darvish today on the road, which is not ideal. But I like Yu Darvish in the spot. I like the Padres to avoid a sweep. I like backing the best player on earth right now, Manny Machado. I'm hoping my guy Cronenworth comes through and does something. Voit is back in the lineup. I don't know how long he's been back, but he's in there. Dakota Hudson has been overperforming significantly. I don't know if he can keep this up against this potent Padres offense. If I was him, I'd be shaking in my boots all night having to face this lineup today. Dakota Hudson is not a 3.2 ERA, 3-2 pitcher. He's not. So we'll see what happens today. Maybe he goes out there and shoves, and I eat my words, but I doubt it. I know that the public's on Yu Darvish today, which is scary, but I'm on it too. It is what it is. It is what it is. What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing this game just because I don't want to back Yu Darvish on the road, especially. But
yeah,
I was expecting a lot more people to be on the Cardinals today. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every time Yu Darvish pitches on the road, it's always a big public play to fade him. And the Cardinals are one of those teams that people love to bet on. But I feel a lot more comfortable. I would feel a lot more comfortable taking the Padres, especially with the steam they've been picking up lately.
I mean they're getting 80% bats.
Yeah, Dakota Hudson's definitely very due for regression, and this Padres lineup should be able to start getting going just a little bit against him. I honestly, I don't want to touch this game myself, but I definitely lean the Padres side.
Yeah. It's my favorite play of the early games, and I wanted to get something in. We'll see what happens. But this is pretty much a fade Dakota Hudson play for me.
Yeah.
To be completely honest with you.
Can't blame you.
We'll see what happens. I could see this game being low scoring. I could see this game going under. Sup, Krabs, I'm the guy that ratioed you after I said nice donation. Congrats, buddy. Glad I made your day. I'm assuming you're talking about my $500 bet on the Commanders to win the NFC East, which is absurd to even say out loud. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Chad, how we doing that? How we doing? It's early. We're up. We're moving. We're grooving. We're feeling good. Coming off a good day yesterday. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling dangerous. Posted my monthly recap For my bets personally and for all the plays I give out on Trent's Surgical Stream, which is literally a lean on every single MLB game. I want to recap this for people, but I want to wait until more people are on because I want you guys to hear it because I don't think you guys believe me that I'm actually good at betting. So I want to prove it to you guys with the states. Not a lot of people even track all their bets and stuff like that. So I'm happy to do it. Krabs unblocked me on Twitter. Nope. Cubs stole my coin. Yeah. How about the Snakes last night coming through? That team is gritty, man. Goodness gracious.
Dude, they are.
They don't
I
give
don't
up.
understand. I don't understand how Kenley Jansen still has a job. I really don't.
Dude, Kenley Jansen hasn't been good in years. He wasn't even good on the Dodgers. Do you agree?
No, I genuinely don't understand. I don't understand how you continue putting this guy out there and he's not getting outs, not getting saves.
He must have dirt.
Not doing his only job. Like, I don't get it.
He must have absolute dirt on somebody. I don't know who it is. I don't get it. I ratioed you after the Pirates win. Good. I think the Pirates win again tonight. Straight up. Straight up. I really do. I'm not even fucking around. Quintana? Is Quintana back? I don't know. People will be opening up sports betting accounts to bet the Dodgers tonight. People will be opening up accounts, putting their $1,000 risk-free bet on the Dodgers ML, and there's a chance that it loses because it's a baseball game. They can't troll you in stream if you're bringing in 7 units like you did. Yeah, no shit, dude. Results speak. Chat is absolutely up and ready to roll. This is good. I hope you guys like getting an early start. We're going to try to do 12:30 every day. We've got some good guests today. Quintana is shit, bro. Have you seen this dude pitch this year? Like, what? He's good. Not saying Quintana's good, but he's looked good this year. What do you think? You're laughing.
No, I agree. It's just so classic. Everybody who's running the bet Dodgers -1.5. They just see any Pirates pitcher and they're like, oh my God, he sucks. He's no Walker Buehler. He's no Julio Urias. -1.5, free money, Dodgers money line, free parlay piece, everything.
Mitch White has no business being that big of a favorite. Yes, thank you for saying something smart. Good job. What else we got, chat? You're on the West Coast, earlier the better. Hell yeah. If you're late tomorrow, we're going to have to fire you. Okay. Sounds good. Bro, my guy Javon can get it started. All right. What else? There's a third game. I think it's the game you like the most, the Royals-Guardians game.
It is.
I lean Royals with you, but also, again, like, why is everyone on the Royals again today? Scary. It's not as bad as yesterday.
I've seen too much. I've only seen
It's not as bad as yesterday. It's not as bad as yesterday. But
I mean,
also just looking at the numbers of like, there's over 60% handle is on. Yeah, 73% of the bets are on the Guardians, but only 38% of money. Big bets are coming in the Royals. Maybe that's good. Maybe that's bad. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I do like your Royals today. And Keller, he's a better arm. Pilkington, I don't know much about, but I know the Royals don't mind hitting lefties. They pretty much hit the same as they do lefties as righties. So I don't know what you liked in this game. If you want to talk about it real quick, because you're on it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I like Brad Keller. I think he features like his slider. He throws a slider almost 40% of the time, and the Guardians against the slider are person by person the worst team in the league. They only have 3 guys, I think, with an OPS over 300 or something like that. I don't have the exact numbers, but they're not good against sliders. I think Brad Keller is kind of pegged for a good start here. Honestly, I haven't been able to decide if I like Kansas City or the under more. I'm playing both. I like both of them a lot. I think Keller shoves. I think the Royals offense, while they've been a little better as of recently, I don't think they do too much. I don't think they win this game by 6 or 7. I think they come out here and do enough. And I think this game goes under as well.
I do too. I mean, the Royals offense has been doing better recently, but come on. Give me a break. It's the Royals. And they're on the road. Although they've been hitting better on the road than at home this year, which also makes no sense. That's very Royals of them. But they've been getting going. I'm with you. I think they do enough today. I think it's a close game. I think it's a coin flip game. And that's why taking what would you get, plus 120?
Yeah, plus 120, 115.
Yeah, I mean, take a plus 120 in a coin flip game for sure. 100%.
100%. And I mean, like, even
With you on
About the
Keller
Royals
too.
offense too, like I mean, looking at a lot of these guys' numbers, like the offense has been producing a good amount of runs in comparison to what they were doing at the start of the season, but like guys like Whit Merrifield are hitting like 170 in the last 2 weeks. Like it, and the same for Bobby Witt, just because he either goes 0 for 4 or 3 for 3 in a game. And Benintendi has been hitting a little better, but average wise, still not fantastic. So I don't know. I trust them to get it done, but I don't think they're going to do it in blowout fashion.
Yeah, I'm with you. The total's sitting at what, 9?
Yeah.
It's kind of high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could see this being just an ugly, shitty Guardians Royals 3-2 game that has nothing going on and no home runs, and you get a couple base hits, and it's just not a fun game to watch. I could totally see that being what happens to that. I could see both pitchers doing decent and overperforming. I think people see Keller and Pilkington on the bump, and they're like, "Let me get the over. I'm trying to get some day game home runs. Take the under right away." I'm with you on that.
Especially because like the total yesterday was sitting 9.5, and it was Quantrill Daniel Lynch on the mound. Now it's set at 9.
Yeah.
I think everybody sees that, and the game went over yesterday. They see that, and they're like, "Oh, worst pitchers on the mound went over the last 2 games. I'm taking the over."
Hundo pay. Let me give you guys a breakdown of who we're having on for the rest of the week because I've been slacking, but we got the week locked in. So tomorrow, well, today actually, we're going to talk baseball for a little bit, and then we're going to bring on Fruity and Leafs fan to talk some NHL for the last half hour from 1:30 to 2 p.m. right before Trent stream, talking Stanley Cup. So that's an absolute W. Absolute W. We're going to get some spoon-fed winners talking NHL. I don't know shit about NHL, but I'm excited to pick those guys' brains. So stick around if you're trying to bet some NHL tonight or the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You're going to want to tune in and listen to my boys talk because they know their shit. Tomorrow we've got my guy Nappy coming on here. He's going to talk baseball. And we're also having Chase Howell, who came on, a week or 2 ago to talk golf, but his connection was absolutely atrocious. The guy who's caddying on the Corn Ferry, he writes for Action Network. He's a golf guru. He's going to come on for a second and talk the tournament for this weekend, and he's going to talk the Saudi golf tour. Javon, I don't know if you follow golf or if you're hip to this, but there's a new golf tour in town, and they're trying to poach away the PGA Tour players, and they actually got some. Big announcement yesterday. Dustin Johnson and a couple of these older guys are going over there to play, which means they are no longer allowed to play in any PGA Tour events. That includes majors. That includes any tournaments over here. So they're going to get their bag, and they're taking it, and they're going over there to play. So I really am excited to hear what Chase's thoughts are on that, and I'm hoping my guy Phil Mickelson is not included because they haven't announced 4 of the guys yet, and I'm assuming they're waiting to announce some of the big guys. So I'm scared. That's tomorrow. And then Friday, Javon, we're going to be talking with my guy Peter again from Just Baseball. Huge dub. That dude knows his shit. So I'm really stoked to have him on here. So that's how the week's going. I'm stoked. We're going to talk a little bit of baseball coming up here, and then we're going to have the NHL boys come on. Hope you guys are cool with that. Let me know if you like that. Let me know if you're into it. Trying to mix it up, not have too many things going on at once. But, I mean, we've got the semifinals in the Stanley Cup. I don't know what you guys call them. There's probably some weird Canadian name. But we're going to talk it. I don't know shit about hockey, but it's going to be fun. Might end up taking a spoon-fed winner from the boys. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, we've got some baseball talk. We've got Roger Clemens' son making his debut yesterday for the Tigers, which I feel like nobody was really talking about. I feel like it kind of went completely under the radar. I mean, I don't think the kid is the next, Bryce Harper or Juan Soto or whatever, but, I mean, pretty good prospect coming up. I'm not sure what position he even plays, but he debuted yesterday for the Tigers. I try not to watch or bet on any Tigers games ever because it's the worst. But he'll probably be in the lineup again today, back in school ball. I think he plays, let's see.
Plays second.
Plays left field. He plays second and short.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Action Network hasn't played in left field today. I don't think they know anything.
I mean, he could be tuning, but I mean, I've seen him. I know he played second yesterday, but I've seen him because he went to Texas, and I'm a TCU guy. Obviously, that guy terrorized us for a couple of years. He's so good. Dude absolutely rakes. He's got
Damn.
probably one of the biggest power strokes I've seen from a middle infielder in college in quite some time.
Shit. Are you do you follow the college baseball World Series?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Virginia Tech has a really good team this year. I don't know if TCU is in the dance or whatever, or the regionals. I think it
Yeah.
starts this weekend. Are you guys
Yeah,
in that shit or no?
yeah, I might be
Okay.
heading down and playing Texas A&M in their regional. That's going to be really awesome because Jim Schlossnagle, our coach, he was our coach for about 20 years, and just this year he left to go to Texas A&M. So
Wow.
that is going to be an incredible regional. And as for kind of college baseball as a whole, Tennessee is so ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah, they're
actually
cracked.
unfair, actually unfair.
I mean, their lineup is stacked. They've got a kid who throws literally 105. Why is that? So I got to address what Chat's saying, but I want to talk about this kid more. He apparently the Clemens kid plays outfield. Shout out Sports Betting Ryan. I guess he plays a couple positions.
Yeah.
And can you bet on the College World Series? Yup, you can, 100%. We will be betting on it. Javon, I'm happy to hear that you follow it because we're gonna have to craft up some plays.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, circling back to Tennessee, I mean, they're like plus 200 to win the entire College World Series, which is ridiculous because you have to go through the regionals and then you have to go through the super regionals and then you have to go through the entire College World Series bracket. There's a ton. It's tough. It's a grind. So seeing them be plus 200-ish to win the entire thing is absolutely absurd. I don't think that's ever happened before, at least not since I've been following it. Maybe with one of those Vanderbilt teams with Dan Swanson and co. back in the day, but I don't even think they were plus 200. This is absurd. They've got a kid throwing 105 miles an hour on their team. What is that kid doing in college? He's wasting pitches. Did he just wake up one day and gain 10 miles an hour on his fastball? Because that's the only excuse he would ever have. Why is that dude pitching in college, wasting his arm? He's only got a certain amount of arm throws, literally, until your arm gets hurt or falls off or whatever. I mean, it's not like your body's on a car, right? You only get a certain amount of throws in that arm. Why is he wasting them in college? I mean, I'm sure he's getting taken care of with all the NIL deals, right? He's not struggling for money or whatever, but I'm shocked to see a guy like that in college. We never see guys like that in college. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. It's probably good for college baseball. I'm sure it's going to be talked about so much. You guys are going to hear all about it on ESPN, so it's probably good for the sport. But I don't understand why he's playing.
Yeah, I don't get it. But I mean, he's going down the rabbit hole now. I don't know what year he is, but for those who don't know the college baseball rule, you got to play at least 3 years before you go to the draft. You can't just leave after 1 or 2 like basketball, or I think football is also after your sophomore year. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be such an exciting team to watch. It really is unfair, but they do have like a very solid, like within their own region. Obviously, it's a cakewalk because that's how it's supposed to be designed. But the regional that they're matched up with in the super regional, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Georgia State, those are 3 fantastic teams. That's going to be, first of all, Notre Dame got screwed.
They're always good.
I don't know how they're not hosting a regional. That's a joke. But those are
They're the
3.
2 seed?
They might. Yeah, I think they're the 2.
They have to be.
Should be. I hope they are, but I mean, Texas Tech's up there too. So they should be the 2 seed. But I mean, that regional is going to be awesome. I feel bad for Notre Dame. They got screwed both by not hosting and then getting put in that regional.
So this kid, Ben Joyce, the Tennessee pitcher who throws 105, he's a junior, so he can go after this year. He threw a pitch 105.5 miles an hour. So honestly, in my mind, you round that shit up, 5 and up, bump it up. Dude's throwing 106. Like, what? What are you doing pitching in Tennessee, buddy? What are you doing?
Ridiculous.
I need to read more about this kid. There's hell articles about him. He set the college baseball record for fastest fastball.
Oh yeah,
insane. I think VT has a chance. VT is really good, and I don't want to just jerk off VT all day, but they're the second best team in the country. They have a couple guys going to the league, a couple decent arms, but they hit. Their lineup is stacked. I've watched them play a lot. I'm thinking about going down there for the super regionals because they're hosting it if they make it through the regionals. Knock on wood, because we always find a way to choke. But I'm stoked. Big news for VT in that sense. And also we got our guy Justin Mutz back, college basketball guy. He's coming back. He's getting his like 7th degree. I'm super stoked. The dude's like 30. Don't care. Absolute stud. So big day for VT. I'm really excited. But that's enough tech talk. Stoked though. We'll be talking. We'll be betting college baseball. That's good. That's good for the brand.
Whatever the total at that Virginia Tech Gonzaga game set out, take the over.
Take the over, bro. Although
Over.
Gonzaga has good pitchers. Gonzaga has good arms. But
They have
every VT game goes over, bro.
fantastic offense, though.
Okay.
Those are probably two of the best offenses in this entire tournament. In that
Oh,
game.
shit. So we're on upset alert, you're saying?
I mean, yeah, just the fact that Gonzaga can score so many runs, but I mean,
We also have Wright State in our bracket, and we played them this season, and we won 2 out of 3, but we did lose a game to them. And I think it's double limb.
yeah, it is.
Double limb, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, VT has never won a national championship in a team sport before, and college baseball counts. So we'll see. I think we're one of 2 schools. It's us and Kansas State who are left, who haven't won in the Power 5. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Okay, what else do we got going on? We've got Patrick Corbin probably going to the bullpen. We already kind of talked about that. I'm pretty done with it. We're starting some random McGee lefty today. I'm scared, but we got Luis Garcia back. Juan Soto 2.0. Baby Soto. The dude has the exact same swing as Soto. It's actually nuts. If you look at their swings like next to each other, I mean, he's obviously not as good, but same exact swing. They kind of look similar. He's our shortstop of the future, so I'm super stoked to finally get him up here. The reason they kept him down so long, their excuse was that they wanted him to learn how to play shortstop because he's not the best defender. But they honestly just wanted to wait, until the May 26th deadline to call him up so they can get another year out of him. That's the real reason. I mean, give me a break. And we also announced that we're not trading Soto today, which is huge. Although we already kind of knew that, though. It's the same thing I was saying. Like, we're getting new owners this off season. There's just no way. There's no way that we trade the biggest chess piece we have. There's just no chance. Absolutely no chance. So good call. No way that the learners that are the Nats owners, there's no way that they leave, selling Soto. That's a terrible way to end their legacy. There's no chance. Jeff Bezos, buy the team, please. Please, please, please. But we've got a ton of baseball today. A ton.
I guess before this starts, I guess I'll say one of my favorite props today is in this Royals game. So we can try and get this in real quick. I like Whit Merrifield over 0.5 runs and RBI.
Sure.
Yeah. So like I said, this is a guy who hasn't been hitting particularly well, but when he does get on base, he manufactures runs for this offense. I mean, he has a runner RBI in 11 to 13. Even in those games where he goes 1 for 4, 1 for 5, he's coming in with a run or a 2 RBI single or something. Regardless of how long Pilkington's going to go, I like the spot against him, at least early in the game. The Guardians' pen, while they're good, they don't scare me as far as, Whit being able to scratch a run across. But, I mean, I trust the guys behind him for the most part. I trust Benintendi. I trust Bobby Witt. I trust Salvi, even though he's been not great since he came back. Trust him to get him in. And even the guys at the bottom of the lineup, I forget his last name, Emmanuel Rivera, and then Nicky Lopez, they get on base a decent bit too. So, I mean, I trust them a lot. That's one of my favorite ones. I locked that in pretty early. So,
Whit Merrifield over 1.5 total bases.
Over 0.5 runs in RBI.
If you were trying to pair that with something else in this 1 o'clock game, in these 1 o'clock games, what would you do?
That's a good question. I don't think I have anything else in these early games.
Darvish over strikeouts.
I'd honestly probably go Manny Machado. I think I looked at that. Manny Machado. I'd probably go hits and walks just because Hudson's another guy that, when he loses,
I think they're going to walk him. They're going to pitch around him for sure. Everyone's been pitching around him.
Yeah.
You like that better than fucking Yu Darvish strikeouts over? That's pretty square.
I mean, it is, but I honestly try to stay away from Darvish every single chance I get. I don't like betting on or against the guy. He's too much of a wild card for me personally. I know a lot of people are also on Jose Ramirez fantasy, which scares me how many people. Yeah, it scares me how many people that are on that. But plus, I'm on the Royals and the under, so I don't want to take that. But it's not a terrible.
My guy's saying Pilkington over 1.5 walks allowed. That's cheeky as fuck. I don't know if I could take that though. Yeah. I just don't know how long this dude's gonna pitch, dude.
That's my problem. Like he can go like 2 or 3. Like he's had 4 and 3 in his last 2 starts, but then the ones before that in his appearances, he's had none. So I mean, it's a wild card for me. I'm not 100% sure. You also can't
All right,
take
I'm
that.
taking.
You can take that with Wood anyway.
Yeah, that's a good call. You're right. You can't take opposing pitchers when you got a hitter in there. I am rolling with. I'm doing a 2-teamer dreamer. I just fired this off right now. You guys got 4 minutes. If you want to tail, if you don't want to tail, don't tail. If you want to tail, tail. We got Whit Merrifield over a half runs plus RBIs. We got Yu Darvish over 5 strikeouts. Probably end up with 5. Game might get rained out, but that's what I like in this game. We're doing a 2-teamer dreamer. $100. See what happens. I like the Whit Merrifield play. He has been heating up. Could not have gotten off to a worse start of the season. Is he batting leadoff again?
Yes, he is.
Word. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Are there any other games that stick out to you today? We've got about 20, 25 minutes to talk, the card today or just baseball in general. Any other games that are sticking out to you? Any plays that you like? I know I've got a couple. But Javon, I'm curious to see if you've got any free squares on the card or if you've got any, totals or spreads that you like or just sides.
I mean, I'm definitely curious to talk this Rockies game.
Okay. The first game?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of flipped around the starter, so I guess either game. But, yeah, I don't know how
they did flip them. Are they going Rogers Sensatella or are they going Rogers Cabrera?
It's Sensatella Cabrera first game, and then it's Marquez Rogers second game now.
Bro, Action Network sucks at listing their pitchers. Guys, if you're looking at doubleheader stuff, go to ESPN. Or Javon, where do you look to see that stuff?
Like the starters?
Yeah.
I mean,
or just the sports books.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the guy. I just try to compare the sports books to whatever is.
Yeah, we got Cabrera and Senzatella going game 1. If you guys don't know Edward Cabrera, you obviously didn't play MLB The Show. The dude's absolutely filthy. He's got like a 98-mile-an-hour sinker, but he's definitely wild. He's definitely young. This is his first start of the year. So I don't know what to really expect from him. I think he either goes out there absolutely shoves, or he goes out there and can't throw a strike, and then Colorado gets a dub. But the Rockies are favored with Senzatella on the mound. I heard you talking about it when I came in. I don't know if the Rockies should ever be favored with Senzatella on the mound.
Yeah.
So that tells me that that's probably the play, to be honest with you. Senzatella, I don't think he could strike out us, to be completely honest with you. The dude is nothing special. That's for sure.
Yeah, so not to switch the subject, but my friend who's a Cards fan just texted me with like a tweet saying that Helsley, Gallegos, Palante, and likely Cabrera are all like done. They're not pitching out of the bullpen today. So for those
they're used up.
Yeah, I mean they've been going.
Okay.
I know they went yesterday. They went a couple days before that as well. So
word, that's good.
That makes me feel a lot more comfortable about the Padres.
That's a dub.
I might take that myself now.
That's a dub. Their bullpen is already sketched. They do a fluid bullpen, which I think is smart, but I don't really think it's paid off for them yet. But though they don't really have a set closer, they will use whatever pitcher they got in whatever matchup or situation makes the most sense. And I just got a notification. Chase Young, his ACL recovery is going as planned. Okay, that scared the shit out of me just reading the beginning of that. Gosh, that threw me off a little bit. But yeah, no, their bullpen's fluid. It's pretty cool. I think it's smart. I think that's a lot of teams are going to honestly move towards that going forward. I mean, why would you not, whether it's the 8th or 9th inning, if you've got your 2, 3, 4 up, why would you not want your best pitcher going up against the best hitters? I don't get it. Or honestly, I guess it's different with Josh Hader. The dude's a lefty, but using him, if you got a lefty stacked lineup in the 8th inning instead, I don't see a reason why that wouldn't be a thing. I think you use your best arm available and you're in the most important situation. So I'm kind of for the fluid bullpen, but it's kind of bitten the Cardinals in the ass. I feel like they have no consistency. It hasn't really worked for them. So I'm curious to see how it continues to play out. I know Gallegos is their guy, but I've seen them use him in the 7th this year. I've seen them use him in the 8th. So we'll see. I mean, they've been using him a lot. Hopefully he's not pitching today.
Yeah.
So that would
You're
be a
preaching to
huge
the
help.
choir about consistency in the bullpen because I sure as hell don't see it with the Rays. It just tends to work a little more than I think a lot of other teams that employ it, but
Do you
definitely
guys do the same
frustrating.
type of thing?
What's up?
Do you guys do the same type of thing, like the fluid bullpen?
Oh yeah, we haven't had a setup guy and closer for years now. Like
Yeah, Kevin Cash is a freak.
yeah, like the most probably consistent guy we've had like in a certain spot is like Pete Fairbanks, like during our World Series run, which he only really became our closer in the playoffs. So like that's really all. Like we don't have guys who do that here. Maybe like it's Kittredge now, but he's hurt now. So I see the same thing with us. It's frustrating sometimes.
Lauren is tripping the shit out of you in the chat saying the Rays are ass. I actually agree with Lauren on this one. The Rays have lost me some serious money recently. They stink.
So do I.
Bro, you need to tell me. You need to tell me these things, dude. You need to be like, "Hey, the Rays stink." Although you kind of have.
I have.
But
I 100%
yeah,
have.
you definitely have. You definitely have. Just don't listen to anybody. But
honestly, we're probably losing today too, if I'm being real.
Oh, I thought you said you liked them today.
Until the line moved. Line move is a little suspicious.
It's coming back. Bro, John Gray is a weirdo. That dude's talk about a tough cookie to crack, betting wise. That dude. Gosh. Bro, Trent, get out of the comments and learn the WAP dance, bro. We're all waiting.
Facts.
We're all waiting, bro. This is BS.
I'm not giving any prize picks on the surgical stream unless I see the WAP dance.
You hear that? You hear that, Trent? Unbelievable. Yeah, we need it.
Need it so bad. Yeah, but this Rays game really scares me today. I'm not gonna lie.
Trent said, "I don't know if I can do the WAP." Dude, you can do it, Trent. You can do anything. Anything is possible. And we need it. The people need it. The people absolutely need it. Also, Trent, bet on the Dodgers again today. That'd be dope. Because I think the Pirates win again. Gosh. Okay. The Rays. Gosh, they are down to -120. Your guy Springs is going today.
Yep.
So you guys are getting over half the handle and 75% of the bets, but the money's moving the other way. That's sketch.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think you stay away from that. Gosh, how about Luis Castillo yesterday? I know I'm completely pivoting, but Luis Castillo on the Reds, the dude's a dog. We should have taken a strikeout prop yesterday. He had 10. The dude is locked in. He's gotten better every start this year. They kind of let him go yesterday, which is dope. That dude's going to be traded in about 4 seconds before the deadline, 100%. That's going to be an easy play for them. I can see the Yankees going out to get him because they're annoying. I could see a lot of teams going out to get a guy like him. Simeon is due. Yeah, we'll see. Simeon is heating up, though, Lauren. He's starting to hit the ball a little bit.
Yeah, she is a little bit. This is like this matchup just like the Rangers hit lefties a little better than righties, but Springs is also a guy with reverse splits. So like I don't know what to make of this exactly, but I do think he gets around a little bit, unfortunately.
John Gray's a weirdo. John Gray will pitch really good sometimes, and he'll pitch absolutely atrocious sometimes.
It may not matter.
He gets hurt when he's pitching. It may not matter
right now.
You guys can't hit. Also, they put, of course, as soon as we were talking about yesterday, they actually did put Wander Franco on the IL. Pretty crazy timing.
I watched him because I was at the game. I watched him get hurt, and I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Of course.
Not good.
I watched him.
Dude, he should have been on the IL a week ago.
Well, longer than that. He's been
hurt all year, dude.
So long.
Steve Kellen will go get Castillo. Come on. Haven't they done enough? If they go get him, he'll probably get hurt again. Yeah. Kirby did show up yesterday. Yeah.
100%.
That dude, he's going to be good. He's going to be good in this league for a while. I like that kid. Here's the game that I want to talk about that we were kind of texting back and forth about last night. It's this Angels game. Angels-Yanks. Nestor Cortez, he's winning the Cy Young. He's got a cool mustache. Ooh, I'm fucking done with him. I'm tired of hearing about him. Come on. I'm tired of hearing about him. I'm tired of losing money to him. I'm going to try again today. I like Reed Detmers. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I like Reed Detmers today at plus 155. It's disgusting. The line moved as I expected yesterday. It opened up at plus 135. The Yankees are getting absolutely hammered today. They're getting absolutely hammered. They're getting 90% of the action. Everyone and their mother's betting on them after they put a shellacking on the Angels last night. 9-1. 9-1. All the Angels lovers, they're starting to really be quiet these days because they're in a slump again. They're back to doing Angel things. They've lost, at least 5 in a row here. I'm looking at it right now. They got swept by Toronto, and now, yeah, Angels sold away. We know.
Told you. We all told you.
I mean, I woke up, I leaned Angels, and I heard everyone say Angels, and I got scared, and I literally flipped it. I was like, it's Yanks. I didn't bet on the game.
I woke up, and then I heard everybody on it, and I threw like 3 more.
You chalked.
Yeah.
Shit's chalked. All right. Padres game starting up. This is good. Hopefully the weather holds. It's supposed to rain there, so we'll see. But let's go Yu Darvish. Let's go Yu Darvish on the road, man. Figure it out. You. But I do like the Angels today. They just got smoked yesterday. I think people have been hesitant to bet the Yankees recently because they've had some injuries and their lineup is pretty sus. But after seeing them roll the Angels yesterday, there's definitely going to be some recency bias for sure. And Nestor Cortez is on the bump. He's got a 1.7 ERA and a sub .9 whip. The dude's a freak. He's averaging 10 strikeouts per 9. He's probably the front runner to win the Cy Young in the AL. I don't know if you've got anyone else that you're thinking ahead of him, but I mean, the dude's an absolute stud. I'm fading the shit out of him today. I don't care. I'm fading him. I don't know if I'm going to take his strikeouts under or what. We hit that last time, so probably not. But also, this Angels lineup is not looking too sharp either. Rendon's been out. They've got Duffy playing third. I mean, he's okay, but the bottom of this Angels lineup is brutal, just like the bottom of the Yankees lineup. So it's not just the Yankees that are banged up. Hopefully Jared Walsh starts figuring it out because that dude's been a pretty good bat for them recently, but just not this year. I think he's got it in him. But it's tough to rely on guys like, Rengifo and Stassi and Lagares to produce at the bottom of that lineup. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary to say out loud. That scares me to take the Angels today. I'm going to be on them. If you don't want to take them with me, that's fine. Lauren Martin Perez is a dog. I was wrong about him last night. He's a dog. But I think everyone saw the Yankees clap up the Angels yesterday. There's going to be recency bias. And people are going to be hammering the best pitcher in the AL. It's that simple. Give me the Angels at plus 155. There's serious value there. Do I love Reed Detmers? Nope. Do I love the Angels? No, I don't. But do I love plus 155 in a game that, it has to be on TV. It's on Fox Sports 1. It's got to be close. What are you thinking in this one, bro?
I didn't even know it was nationally televised, but I'm taking the over. I'm sure as hell not taking the Angels. I definitely leaned to the Yankees because the way, I told you, we see how Vegas values the Yankees with this really banged up lineup. This is obviously the first series that they've been at home, really, but this is the highest they've been by far. Cortez in the Trop against Yarbrough was minus 120. So I don't think the line's too suspicious, even though it is, Cy Young, Nestor Cortez. But I cannot trust this Yankees lineup to not absolutely light up Reed Detmers today. I don't feel comfortable laying the juice. I'm definitely betting the over. But, if I'm going to bet anything, I'll probably take the Yankees run line at plus money.
Sheesh. Yeah, Lauren, I need your guy, Joey Gallo, to not do shit today, to be honest with you. And I don't know if you can hear this background noise, but it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm assuming you can hear it. Yeah, it's brutal. They're doing construction in the apartment above me, and it sounds like someone's taking a jackhammer to the floor. So it's absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
But
looking to.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not backing a guy with an 8.5 ERA on the road. That's what I'm not doing.
Reed's got an 8.5 on the road.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to come down though, doesn't it? He threw a no-hitter.
We don't talk about it.
I sound like a square. Is that what it's like being a square, saying comments like that? It's got to come down. He threw a no-hitter this year.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, at least there's no stand in the lineup.
Yeah,
to absolutely crush a lefty. That's a win, I guess. Oh, Manny Machado singles to right center field. He already fucking hit an RBI. Why didn't I just take that in the prize picks? I'm a bot.
I told you, hit some walks. Got one.
Yeah. Well, there's a hit. Jerks and Profar scoring. Let's go Pods. Bang.
I also
hope you guys took that shit.
very secretly took the Profar runs in RBI too.
You sneak took them. Gosh,
I wasn't
dude.
confident in it though. I just took it because I took it because it was a guy that's like leading off in a spot where I like the team to score runs, and he's not usually listed for it. So I mean, that's what I do with those.
That's called not overthinking it right there. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's called not overthinking shit. I'm trying to figure out this fucking mic situation because this is absolutely ridiculous. The construction, but we'll carry on. What other games stick out today? Definitely White Sox Toronto. I feel like that's a pretty good one. We got Kopech going against Ryu. Kopech coming off of his best start ever. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was his last start when he threw a no-hitter into the 6th, I think.
Yep.
Dude has been absolutely dealing this year. I know he has a man bun. Don't really fuck with it, but the dude's an absolute stud on the mounds. And he's finally, I mean, he's been a highly regarded prospect. He's not a prospect anymore. He's older now, but he was supposed to be one of the best pitchers in baseball when he was coming up on the Red Sox. Dude threw 100. And he's really starting to actually now pitch and not just throw hard, which is good. So that's a W for him and a W for the White Sox. This kid's an issue. This kid's going to be an issue for a long time. Do I think Ryu is back? Yeah, I actually kind of do think Ryu is back. And I think that's probably why they're favorite here still against Kopech. The public loves some Kopech, man. They do. But I'll tell you right now, the public loves the Toronto Blue Jays, I think, more than anything on earth. I don't really understand it. They were one of the most heavily bet teams to win the World Series before the season. I guess it's because Vladdy and Bo Bichette, and they've got a bunch of good arms, and they're not usually good, and they're supposed to be good, so they're trendy, and people like them. They want to root for a new team. I guess that's what it is. But Toronto silently 28-20. I feel like they haven't been playing as good as 28-20. I feel like they've still been underperforming, especially at the plate. But their arms have kind of carried them. I mean, Gausman's an absolute dog. We know the White Sox have been an absolute disappointment here. Do you think the line should be Toronto minus 150-ish? Were you shocked to see them minus 130? Do you think it's right? Do you like anything in this game? What are you thinking, bro?
I think the line's about where it should be. I think I'm like you. I'm higher on Ryu than most. Higher than I think we've seen Vegas value him over his starts this year, especially in that stretch at the beginning of the season where he was like really, really rough. But I'm higher than him the most. I like it. I'm definitely going Michael Kopech over 4.5 strikeouts. Also one of my favorites today. But yeah, this is another one where I probably don't want to touch a side just because I don't trust either of these lineups, to be quite frank, against these pitchers. Like I easily think that Kopech could go out there and shut the Blue Jays lineup down, especially after their performance yesterday. I think this is one where everybody looks. This is another similar type situation like the Guardians thing, where you look at there were two much better pitchers on the mound yesterday, and the game went over and the total's lower. So this is another spot where I think these pitchers have a chance to shove today, but I'm not touching a side in this game. Probably won't touch the total either, but I don't really lean anywhere. But I'm taking Kopech over strikeouts. That's for sure.
And yes, Leafs fan, Alejandro Kirk is the new Barry Bonds. The Chalk King hit a bomb last night. Absolutely electric.
Two.
Absolutely. He hit two?
Yeah, two.
Oh my gosh, I was in my men's league softball game. I didn't even look at the end of the game. I just saw the over smacked. He hit two bombs yesterday. What a beast. Chalk King. Bro, that guy is like I don't want to rag on him because he's okay. He's pretty good. And he's in the MLB. Give me a break. The dude, he's the stud. But he looks like a creative player. You make an MLB the show. He does not look like a real person. I love watching that dude play. He just makes me happy. It's like watching a dog run around the park. That's what it's like for him.
He's playing his way into that lineup too. He's been.
Dude, he had a great year last year too. Honestly, at the plate, defensively, I wouldn't say he's anything special, but he can hit. He can hit. He's funny. He's funny to watch play. I like the dude. I really do. I asked Trent how many Alejandro Kirks he could take last Friday when we interviewed him. How many he could take out with the bat? He said a couple. So I think I don't know. I think Kirk could probably take Trent. Give me a break. Trent, bro. Trent, get in the lab and learn the fucking WAP dance, bro. What are you doing in here? Get out of here.
Nice.
All right, I want to give you guys the betting recap from last month so that people can shut the fuck up and start actually taking my bets and putting some respect on my name. In May, we went, and this is for all sports, not just baseball. In May, we went 118, 118, and 5, which does not sound great, but anyone who thinks the records matter is a bum. All that matters is ROI, and all that matters is units. Because if you haven't learned, I pretty much take underdogs every single game. And if you take underdogs every single game, you don't have to go 55 or 60%. You got to go 45 or 50% to make money. So we went 118, 118, and 5, up over 8 units, which is fire. It was a really roller coaster of a month, no doubt about it. Absolute dog shit the first 2 weeks. And then the third week of May, we absolutely balled. And then we really slipped and then came back, brought it back up, and still ended up 8 units. I mean, give me a break. I'll take that any day of the month, literally. We'll take it. And then also had my guy who's tracking the Sharp report. He did the May recap for all the plays I gave out on Trent's surgical stream, which is literally a lean in every single MLB game. I went 158, 136, and 5, up 22 and a half units in May, giving a lean in every single baseball game. There's not a single person on this earth who's doing that. Not a single person. Nobody does that. There's people who are paid, large salaries to work for these sports media conglomerates who do not go positive. I don't get it. It's time to start giving me some respect, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not begging for the respect. The results are going to prove it. I'm going to carry this on. We're going to do it again in June. We're running it back. I'm really starting to get a good feel for baseball. Definitely went in too hot, sent too many plays in the beginning of the season. Learn my lesson. And that's honestly a good lesson for all sports and all people out there betting, is that it's okay to take it easy in the first month of the season. Because you know what? We're still trying to figure shit out. Are the lines softer in the beginning of the year because Vegas is trying to figure stuff out and that provides value? 100%. But it's also hard for us to figure shit out because the season just started. It's a new year. So I came in too hot, started out slow, but we're coming back. We're coming back. That's all that matters, and we're up. So we're gonna continue it. We're gonna carry on, and we're gonna keep giving out spoon-fed winners because I know that's what you guys want. You want spoon-fed winners. It's that simple. We're gonna keep doing it. Javon, you've been helping me too, my man. You've been killing it. I know we've got ads going right now, and I do wish that I just bet every single one of my leads. I really do.
Yeah,
I really do.
Don't we all?
Yeah, if I bet all my leans, I'd literally be on a private island right now. But that would be way too many units pending. I can't do that. I'd have to tone down the units. It wouldn't play.
Yeah, you're throwing a house if you're betting that many plays.
Literally, dude. We are going to talk NHL though here in a minute. Javon, before we do, what is your favorite play on the card today? Do you have it? Are you not ready yet? What do you got? And we'll wait a second because I think that they're still running ads. And chat, let me know when ads are done. Let me know when ads are done so we can give out our play of the day or whatever. But I want to know your favorite play, whether it's a Prize Picks entry, whether it's a, whatever it is. I don't give a hoot. I need to hear it. The people need to hear it. And I need to go on mute because this fucking construction is ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. But yeah, chat, let me know when the ads are over.
Yeah, we'll see when the ads are over. Love to see some low scoring from the Guardians though. Guardians Royals game. I just very secretly took our little alt first 5 under. So would love for that to hit. Are we done? Are we done with the ads? Let's see, let us know.
Please. W ads. Okay. Love it.
All right. Well,
Ride the Angels with me. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, John. What do you got, my man?
My favorite play. It is a national holiday today. It's Thai France Day. Going Thai France over 1.5 total bases. I'll give the full breakdown on the stream, but you'll just know it's a national holiday, one of the best days of the year. Thai France over 1.5 total bases. I'm taking his fantasy score too, but I'm not going to recommend that because it's up 8.5. But yeah, definitely go the over 1.5 total bases. That's my favorite play today. My favorite entry.
Ty France is an absolute dog. He's literally holding the Mariners together. I don't even know what analogy I can give, but the Mariners are suck ass, and he's the only one holding them together at all. Shout out Ty France.
Picking it up a little bit now.
They are starting to pick it up finally. I mean, they couldn't have been playing worse. They have a good team. They should be playing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Julio's getting hot. Just really good.
100%. We need Leafs fan to hop in here. Fruity's already in the back. Let's get some W's in chat for Fruity. He doesn't have to come on here and give his fucking winners out, but he does for the people. Super stoked to have him come on here and pitch some NHL shit. Yes. W's in chats.
Need him on the Bolts very badly. That was such a terrible voice crack, but I need him on the Bolts so bad.
Need him on the Bolts with the voice crack.
Yeah, need him on the Bolts.
We do have a Fruity sighting. This is good. This is a W. I'm going to pull up the NHL game tonight because I don't even know what the fuck it is. Because I don't bet NHL really, unless I'm tailing someone's play or find the sketchiest line of all time. So let me pull this shit up because I got to figure out who's playing tonight.
Just know we're taking Bolts minus 3.5. That's it.
Minus 3.5.
Minus 3.5.
All right, I do have the line up, and I'm going to bring the boys on. So let's get it. We got two legends coming in hot. We got Fruity, and we got Leafs fan. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Good.
Doing well?
Good. Trent, you can't be in this chat. You gotta go learn your dance and leave.
That's what I was saying, bro. What is he doing in here? He's stalling.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dodgers.
Any reason not to learn his little dance he's got to do.
I think he should have to do it on the stream today. I don't know what you guys think, but and I feel kind of bad because when I came on for my segment or whatever on his fucking show, I was like, "What dance are you learning tonight?" When the Pirates beat them again, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know, I gotta figure something out." And and then it ended up actually happening. So I am stoked. The people need it.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty brutal. I can't believe they lost 2 games in a row.
I honestly think they can lose tonight. This is the best chance. If you would have told me before the series, and I know we're gonna get to NHL, the people want NHL. If you would have told me before the series what game the Pirates win in the series, it would be tonight with Quintana on the bump. And the lines reflect that. The line's down to minus 265. Should be a safe parlay piece.
I just think it's classically put together a surgeon's lay that everything hit except for Trent's pick, and it was the Dodgers.
Of course.
So.
Of course. Imagine if you put Pirates money line in there. It would be the fattest parlay ever sent.
Yeah. Literally. It would have been plus 2,000.
You just got to make a surgeon's lay fading his pick. Everybody else can make a normal pick and just fade his pick.
Honestly, I should start locking that one in because
you take the other 3 and then you just reverse trend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. You're down bad enough. You don't got to hear from us, but
no, we definitely.
All right, gentlemen, let's talk. No, he does. Yeah, I don't feel bad. Let's talk the game last night. I actually watched it. What a game! Goals. I mean, anyone who thinks that this amount of goals is not good for hockey is a moron, in my mind at least. I mean, you guys might be hockey purists. I don't know. But anytime anyone says in MLB that they like a 1-0 game, I stay away from that guy. Because I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Why do you not want more runs? Why do you not want more action? So I feel like the same thing applies for NHL. I mean, how could you not love that game 8-6? You kidding me? Unbelievable.
Yeah, which I know we're going to talk about last night first, but just to what you're saying, I mean, that's exactly tonight's game is 1-0, 2-1, 2-0. Like it's the 2 best goalies in the world facing off against each other, and it's we'll get to that. But yeah, last night, I mean, it was a replay of game 1 of the Flames Oilers series, which was 9-6, 9-7, 9-6. And it was just a men's league game. It was a shoot around. I mean, they were going around. The goalies were fucking doing nothing. I mean, Mike Smith in game 1 is the worst goalie in the league. Mike Smith games 2 through 7 is a 41-year-old demon or 40-year-old demon. I mean, whatever you want to call him.
The Hasek game too, because everybody will still go under. You watch.
It's absolutely crazy. And then you have Kemper who got hurt, who's the Avs goalie. They put in their, I mean, honestly abysmal backup who played pretty well during the regular season. Terrible every game he's played in the playoffs. So it was a shoot around. So, I mean, I don't know. It was entertaining to watch.
Hockey. I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. I totally get it. Was it not, what hockey usually is? Probably not. But shit, I'll take 20 to 15. Give me like a lacrosse score. I don't care. I want action.
Yeah.
I think for people that like casually turn into hockey, like that kind of game is perfect. I think for like
100%.
people that watch playoffs every year, they want to see like fights and like hard battles and stuff. So it's a little bit in between, I guess.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
what's up with them breaking up all the fights too in the playoffs?
It's just I think it's a lot of the concussion stuff like that. They don't really want to deal with that stuff anymore. Like people getting hurt too. So I think that is a lot of it. Like they just try to break it up before things get ugly now. It seems.
Yeah, I mean, they'll only let you fight if it's kind of not against the boards, not on the ground, like a traditional gloves off kind of fight that everyone's kind of prepared for. Anything else that's besides that, they break it up right away now. So, but yeah, I mean, I was expecting that, not 14 goals, but I was expecting definitely some goals. It was definitely a little weird watching just about every shot go in for about 15 minutes, and then the goalies started playing. There were like just little spurts where every single shot would go in, like 6 in a row, which is a little odd. But people don't understand, this is the first playoff since I started betting hockey 4 years ago, but even before then, this is playoffs. You don't score that many goals. Like this is every game is supposed to be at a 5.5. Generically, it's like 60% on the unders at 5.5. Now every game's at 6.5, and it's like 65% on the overs. So
hasn't this been the most overs in a season? Like at least from what I've seen, it's like by far.
Yeah.
And usually playoffs, teams settle down, they slow it down, just like in basketball or any other sport, right? It gets tighter, less goals. That's usually how it goes in literally every sport.
Yeah, I think
it's been weird to see this many goals.
It's been like the most penalties, I think, this year too.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact stat, but it's definitely the most penalties that I've ever seen watching hockey.
Yeah,
and people are asking, is the puck juiced? Are they using juiced pucks?
Juiced pucks, yeah. You're seeing a lot more players like the Nathan McKinnons and the Connor McDavids that they could go coast to coast through 4 or 5 guys and put the puck in the net. They're just that good at hockey. So and you don't have as many goalies that are the Igors and the Vasilevsky. Like you just don't have that talented of goalies everywhere. You have 5 or 6 of them maybe, but you do have now you have players who are way too fast and way too good, that if they want to score the puck, they will. Like they'll just go and do it. So
yeah,
and honestly, right now there's probably half the teams in the league that have 1 or 2 of those guys. So it's definitely evolving. People are just getting better. Forwards are getting way better. And goalies are too, but not at the same rate. So I think there's a lot more goals coming. It also kind of fucked us with COVID. So historically, you're betting overs through December, probably the first 2-3 months, just because goalies haven't been warmed up to full speed games. Players aren't really changing. I mean, they practice the way they play. So goalies, it's kind of really hard to put them in those scenarios. So the first couple of months, you're going to take overs, and then they juice the lines up. Well, then we had another 3-week break, and then a 2-week break, and then a week break, and it was just back and forth because of COVID. So goalies didn't really get their footing until, I don't know, 60 games through the 80-game season. So it was a little hard for that's why we were hitting all the overs through February. Like that doesn't happen ever.
I mean, look at Tampa Bay though. Everybody wrote them off. Vasilevsky wasn't Vasilevsky, and now he's demon. I mean, he's in my eyes, he's by far the best playoff goalie that I've seen in watching hockey in 20 years. I don't even think it's close right now. He gets that look in his eye, and man, he's unbeatable. Sometimes it's crazy.
Yeah.
Watching him every game is absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's like the Leafs playing him first round in Game 6. Like it was a nightmare. it was rough.
And I'm sorry for the background noise. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, it's honestly not that terrible.
Okay,
it's
definitely not good, but good.
Okay. We can hear it. It's faint though.
All right. Well, I want your guys' predictions before we get into Tampa Bay and Vasilevsky and talking the game tonight and talking that series. I want predictions on Edmonton, Colorado. Are we thinking Colorado takes this one in a rout? They're the best team in hockey, in my opinion. I don't know much, but from what I've seen this season, they're fucking dominant. They're insane. They're one of the most well-put, best teams in hockey. Do you guys think they win the series pretty easily? Do you think we see this one go deep? Does Edmonton carry the magic on? What are we thinking here?
I would say, I mean, now we have a game on our hands. So on stream yesterday, I did say I had a unit on both the Bolts and the Avs -1.5 on the series, parlayed together, and then I have Avs by themselves at 1.5 and 2.5, and I didn't bet the money line, but then Leafs and I both have. We won't say how many units, but a lot of units on just money line Avs and Bolts, two-teamer as well. But for the
just them both to win the series.
Yeah, just them both to win the series straight up.
Word.
So,
okay.
I will say after watching that game, it's really going to be up to goalies. I think both the offenses are way too good. It's two best offenses in the league essentially, and I mean starting goalies are middle of the pack for if you're having Vasilevsky or Igor right now, then I mean hell yeah, but you're not. You have Kemper and Smith who aren't terrible, but they're middle of the pack, and these offenses are top tier. They're the number 1 and number 2 in my opinion. So I do think there's going to be a lot of goals scored. I think it's going to be which goalie steps up because I mean, you can match lines all day long with D and say these D are going to beat these forwards. The forwards are going to win all these matchups. I think Cale Makar and Devontae, who are the two best D on the Avs, can control McDavid and Draisaitl pretty well. But again, those are two guys I mentioned earlier. If they want to score the puck, they will. So I think it's going to come down to kind of a goalie fight between two middle tier goalies. And I mean, with these offenses right now, it's definitely a question mark. So I mean, I do think the Avs roll them. I don't know if it's going to be an absolute slaughter like it's been the last two. The Oilers offense can definitely get going. I mean, they put up almost a 4-goal comeback last night. So, but with that being said, Kemper also got hurt. I don't think if he was in net that would have happened, but we'll see.
I think the Oilers will win a game. I mean,
you go Leafs. I want to hear what you think, and also we'll circle back. But it's Connor McDavid, the best player in the league. I want to hear you guys talk about that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think McDavid himself can win a game. I mean, I think the Oilers are good enough that they're going to win a couple games. I just think the Avs have 4 lines, and Oilers don't have 4 lines. They run 2 lines basically, and then third and fourth line, they try to play them about 10, 12 minutes a game, and it's just Colorado could play 4 lines the whole game and be fine, really. I mean, I just think they're too deep. Watching them last night, they could put up 9 goals a game against Mike Smith if they wanted to. So I just think in 5-6 games, I'll probably say 6. I think the Oilers will win 2 games and the Avs win it in 6 at home or on the road. I think they'll win in Edmonton game 6, to be honest. That's my prediction.
What do you got, Freddie? What's your final call?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. In terms of picking an exact game, 6 is probably your best bet. But again, that's why I don't bet those exact like 4-2. That's why I do the -1.5 or the -2.5, whatever it might be, because you lose if they win in 5, which that's even better than you predicted. I don't like losing if it's something better, like it doesn't make any sense. So
that's actually ridiculous. Yeah,
that's why I do stuff like that. But with that being said, it's just gonna depend on if that Oilers line puts 4 or 5 pucks in the net, because they don't have the depth. That's the Oilers' biggest issue. So the Avs can run 4 lines and they're all nasty, all of them. The Oilers can run 2. The Oilers can run 2 lines. The other 2 are pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Not deep. They're not deep.
Yeah, they're not deep at all. But their top line is the best line in the league. That's the thing there. So if they win games because that line goes out there and is +4, +5 every single game. Well, it doesn't really matter how deep you are. If you have one line that's putting up 5, 6 goals a game, you're going to win a lot of games. So that's what they were relying on. So they stacked it with their 3 best dudes, and they destroyed everyone. So it's it's all going to come down to what I think the Oilers' game plan needs to be is their second, third, and fourth lines, mostly just third and fourth, need to go out there and just not let anyone score a goal. If they can play defense and focus on defense only, that's how they're going to win games. If they can't go do that, if they go out there and they get scored on and they're getting minuses, they're going to lose every game. Yeah, so I think if those lines can go play D, we're good. But if they can't, that's going to decide the series right there. That and the goalies. So because we know the first lines are going to go out and score for both teams. They're too good. They're going to go out. They're going to score every game. I would predict 2 or 3 goals every single game from those lines, no matter what. Both teams. But it's going to come down to second, third line offense and defense. So that's just how it is. And the Avs fourth line scored 3 goals last night. So it's like,
that's what I mean. They have 12 forwards that could go out there and play like 14 minutes a night, and they would be fine. The Oilers can't do that at all. So I think if Avs win next game, it could be over quick, just because I think it'll be in the Oilers' head. I think they have to steal one on the road here.
So they do 2 on the road, and then they do 2 at home, 3 on the road, 2 at home. Is that how they do it?
2 and 2. Yeah. They do 2 in Colorado, 2 in Edmonton.
Yeah, Tim is basketball. 2-2, 1-1-1.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Word. Okay. So. Well, I mean, I agree. I think the Avs are really good. I mean, Edmonton's got one guy, and they don't have the depth. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know everything I'm talking about. Let's move to the game tonight, because the people are on here. Number 1, to hear the breakdown of the series. Number 2, to be spoon-fed some winners. So, with that being said, let's talk about the series first. Tampa Bay Rangers. You guys said this is the exact opposite series, right? Which I think is pretty cool, honestly. If there's one series going on that's all goals and one that's all defense, I think that's pretty dope. 2 of the best goalies in hockey right now, you guys were saying. Igor, right? I know my shit. Igor is the fucking Rangers dude. He's been cracked. And then is it Vasilevsky on Tampa Bay? Yeah. He's their goalie, and he's like one of the best goalies of all time, right? So this should be a pretty cool series. Under 5.5. I mean, that's typical, like you guys were saying, in the playoffs, but not this year, right? You've been seeing 6.5s, some 7s, which I think is ridiculous.
7 is just...
What do we? I want to hear each of you guys tell me how you think the series is going to go, and then we'll dig into this game tonight. But spend a couple minutes. Freddie, we'll start with you. What do you expect from the series? What do you think is going to happen? And then we'll move into just the game specifically tonight.
So I think it's going to be pretty similar to the Hurricane series. So the Hurricanes were best defense in the league, best number 1 at blocking shots, best penalty kill, all that kind of stuff. The first 5 games all went under 5.5. All first the 5 games. The last 2 didn't, but it was more kind of desperation times, elimination, pulling your goalie early, and there were a lot of late goals scored. So the last 2 games had 7 and 8 goals, but a little different play style for those. The first 5 were what I'm expecting exactly. Now the Lightning don't have the same defense as the Canes, but their goalie is 15x better. So I think that their defense is still good enough to help the goalie enough where I do think it'll be a very similar series. The Rangers' issue is their defense. So they have no defense. They have one good defenseman maybe, but he's very offensive oriented. But their defense was terrible, and that's how they were down 3-1 to the Penguins, because they were scoring 6 goals a game on them. So even with Igor in net. So the Rangers are going to need to be looking to help out Igor, obviously. They can't fully rely on him. They've been fully relying on him for the first 2 series, and they lucked out because they played 4 poverty goalies, bro. The Penguins played their second and third backup, and Ranta had a couple good games at home for the Canes, and they won those games. But the second Ranta folded for the Canes, the Rangers were all over them. They destroyed them, and it didn't really matter because they were scoring on shitty goalies. So right now, this is going to be their first actual test. This is the first that we're in the 3rd round of the playoffs. They have not played a starting goalie yet. Again, in 1 game, not a single game, they haven't faced a starting goalie. So this is going to be
absurd.
Yeah, it's going to be a different test for them. So
maybe they're a team of destiny. Haven't they come back in all the series too? They were down like 2-1 or 2-0 in both.
They were down.
The first
they were down 3-1 They were down 3-1 versus the Penguins. And came back and won, and then they were down 3-2 and won the last 2.
Yeah, Crosby got hurt that first series too. That kind of
yeah. So I think it's going to be completely different. They're used to coming out, and I think they scored some easy goals. They have a good offense. They have a really good offense. But again, I probably watched 50% of their goals that I think Vasilevsky could save with ease. So this is a series that they're going to need to switch some stuff up, and they're not going to be able to come out and score 6 goals to win a game or 5. I mean, the games that they won, they scored, I think, 4, 5, and 6 goals. And I don't know maybe it was 4-4, 5-6. So you can't be expecting to do that against the Lightning. This is gonna be low scoring games, under 5.5. And they're going to have to win games by playing defense, which they have not done yet at all. So that's my issue with this. Now, on the other side, the Lightning are on a lot of rest, and they are pretty. They seemed pretty excited about it. Watching interviews, Leafs fan. I went and watched a couple of interviews after Leafs fan texted me. But normally, there's not rest is not your friend in the playoffs, and the Rangers are rolling off 2 wins. Game 7, they're hot, they're ready to go. Lightning have been sitting on their ass doing nothing. So, but
I'll be boozing.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'll let Leafs give his take, and then.
Yeah, so honestly, the rest scares me. I was kind of shocked when this line opened at -140 for Tampa, especially after the rest and the Rangers coming off big Game 7. Everyone's on the Rangers. They're going to win the Cup. They're the best team in the world right now. So I just think that I don't know if Tampa's going to win tonight. I don't want to bet on them tonight, but I do think they're going to take care of this series. Vasilevsky, I watched him every game against the Leafs, and when it comes down to needing to stop pucks, he does his job. And I think Tampa, if they score 3 goals a game against the Rangers, they're going to handle them pretty easy. I just don't think the Rangers are going to be able to score a lot of goals against that team. So I really do like Tampa, but I could see the Rangers squeaking out Game 1, because if they don't win tonight, they're going to be packing their bags pretty quick. So
big game tonight. But they have the advantage, like we were saying. They're coming off 2 big wins. They're not resting for a week and a half. That matters in hockey, right? So maybe the Rangers are just a team of destiny. That's kind of what it seems like, right? They're just a team of destiny this year.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they're the hot team right now. So I don't really want to bet Tampa Bay Game 1. But if Tampa does lose Game 1, I will be unloading on them Game 2, because I know the stat, like Vasilevsky never lost a game 2 games in a row in like 18 consecutive or something, isn't it now? So something crazy.
In the last two years plus the season, so almost 3 years, he hasn't lost back-to-back playoff games ever.
Which is just insane. Like, for a goalie not to lose 2 games in a row in playoffs in 3 years is just – I just think that this team – they don't have the best names. They don't have high names, but like when they put it together, this team is tough, man. They got 4 lines that go out there and grit and just do everything that you need to do in playoffs. So, yeah, I'll roll with the Lightning. I'll take my chances with the depth, the experience, the better goalie, the better defense, and yeah, that's my take.
You think this one could go 7?
Yeah, I could see it going 7. I think Tampa's too good. I mean, they know how to. Like, the rest helped them. I was watching this morning, like, a lot of them were just like, they were glad to have 10 days off. I know a lot of teams just want to keep playing, but they were like, yeah, we needed this. Like, we were banged up. We were hurting pretty bad after the Leafs and Panthers series. So I think that the rest could help them in the long run here.
What about a first period under 1.5 tonight? If they're coming off of 10 days of rest, they're going to imagine their offense isn't going to be very sharp.
Yeah,
they're already not very sharp, just in general, right? These are 2 defensive teams. So, what do you guys think about that?
I have 11 bets for this game that I've just clicked on and looked through. I've only bet 2 of them so far. The first period under is one of them. And again, this is honestly the skaters are who lack the luster after the rest. It's not really the goalies. He's not going to – I mean, Bassey's not going to come out and just stand there and do nothing. He'll be fine.
Right.
So I think he'll be okay in the first period. I think that the Lightning might struggle to get some offense going. They're just going to be slow. They're going to get their legs under them. Rangers are rolling, but the Rangers – I mean, that's not who I'm worried about putting up 3 pucks in the first period. So it's the Rangers could score 1 or whatever it might be, and I still think we're okay with this under 1.5, because I don't think Vassey's going to let in 2 in the first period. So I do like that a lot. It's not even juiced. It's -110.
Yeah, I know. I was a bit shocked with that odd too.
Yeah, I was too. I was really shocked about that. I think it's because everyone was on Rangers Canes first period unders a lot, and they were juicing those lines, and then they were going over, and they went over the last 2 or 3 games in the series. So I think they toned this line down a little bit. But I do like the first period. I don't know how I feel about the full game 5.5 yet for game 1. It's going to be a bet I'm going to be on at least 5 times throughout this series, depending on how many games it goes. But game 1, it does catch me a little bit, just because there's a lot of rest and there's a hot team, and the team that I thought was going to win the series is not is on the rest. So if the sides were flipped, I'd be hammering stuff, but they're not. So I gotta relax. I gotta watch game one. Couple bets tonight, but I will say the other one is a plus 250, and it's period 3 to be the highest scoring period, because one of these teams is going to win this game, and I don't think it's going to go to OT. And so I think whatever team is winning in the third, they're going to put up a goal, empty net or two, and someone's going to score. So I think the plus 250 value there, I put a half a unit on it. But I mean, you can also bet the draw on these things, but my issue there is I could see just 0 or 1 goals kind of the first and second period. And I do think that at plus 250 is kind of a no-brainer for this series, because there's going to be not a lot of goals scored. So
yeah, I think Tampa's going to spend 20 minutes just trying to feel this game out. I mean, you had 10 days off. You kind of want to just get some skating in, get used to it. So I could see that game being 0-0 like halfway through the game, to be honest, and then wide up. So we'll see. I'm going to try to live bet it, honestly. I'm going to watch the first 10 minutes and see how Tampa looks. If they look good, I'm probably going to bet Tampa Bay.
Word. Okay, so you're waiting it out. You're going to live bet and look to hopefully take Tampa Bay if they look okay. Fruity, you've got a couple plays. You got 2 plays locked in right now. You've got, what is it? Was the first one the first period under? Or was it just a game?
Yeah, first period under, and then third period high scoring.
And then the plus 250 third period high scoring. I mean, that kind of goes with the method that I have. I don't know shit about hockey, of just these teams they're gonna take a minute to get warmed up, right? Especially Tampa Bay coming off 10 days rest, right? It's not rocket science. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
It is important to note that it's plus 250, because if you draw, you lose. It's not a push.
Okay, so if you have the same amount of goals in the third period as you do the second or first, it's a loss. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What are the odds if you were to take no draw? Did you even look at that or not?
You can bet draw specifically.
Okay,
and it's like plus 275.
Okay.
No, you can't do draw no bet. Yeah.
Okay.
Draw is actually the draw. So draw is plus 225. So
okay.
Charlie said, don't let them take the Nerfy on ice again.
No Nerfy tonight. I kind of like the Nerfy today, but I mean, I trust you guys more than me.
I like the Nerfy on ice a lot. It should. Okay. I think it's the right play, the under first period.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
So,
all right, gentlemen. Well, I agree with you. I think, with a team coming off this much rest and the Rangers being a team of destiny, being on fire, just kind of having that juju, the good vibes, right? Everyone's kind of liking them. They're rooting for them. They're not usually good. I mean, I remember this team being terrible like a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm with it. You don't have to force everything. You don't have to bet, 100 bets in the first game of a series or ever. You can sit it out. You can wait it out. You can wait to see what you like. So I fuck with that. That's how I know you guys are legit. You know what you're doing. So I wish we had more time. I should have brought you guys on earlier. I feel bad. But we do have to pass it off to Trent so we can give out another losing parlay for the people. So, guys, I appreciate it. Let me know if you end up taking any other bets on this hockey game tonight, because me and my roommates will be watching it for sure. So if you end up locking anything else, text me. Very curious. But good luck. Good luck betting hockey. And real quick, who do you guys got winning the whole thing? Real quick.
The Avs. I have the Avs. I made a pretty sizable bet before the season even started on the Avs. So.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Lightning. I'm going to take the 3-peat.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Lightning.
I know Javon agrees.
Of course.
All right, gentlemen. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. We will do another one of these before the Stanley Cup, but we do have to pass it off to Trent. I appreciate it, guys. Good luck on your bets tonight, okay?
All right. Thanks, boys.
Yep.
We'll be seeing.